everybody, it's Erin of HappiLeeErin, and welcome to my Q&A live stream in support of my fundraiser for the NAMI Walk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the first time I'm doing, oh golly. Obviously, I'm not very good at framing and stuff, and if the camera looks a little wacky, it's because XSplit would not take my webcam as a thing. It's being weird. But I'm a little bit nervous because this is my first time ever doing a live stream of anything on my lonesome. I guess I have derp. I've got derp supporting me. Not really though. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for a Q&A live stream. I'm really excited to do this. Yeah, it's just going to be an hour of me answering your guys' questions. David is going to come in a little bit, and he will also answer some questions if you have any for him. Yeah, they can view out pretty much anything like mental illness, my mental illness and experiences, anime, manga, my channel, whatever you guys want. I do want to give you a heads up really quick that if I get a phone call, I have to take it because it's very important. We actually, you notice there's only one doggy here today. It's kind of lonely. He's really sad. He's been sleeping and whining. It's kind of depressing. But our other doggy, we had to actually take him to the surgeon today just to get a consultation because one of his feet, like, he has some kind of corgi mix in him too, and so corgis tend to have feet that kind of like go like this a little bit anyway, but one of his feet ever since he was little kind of was just kind of become like this, and it's really bad. So he either got in an accident or something when he was a puppy or hurt it in some way, or it just grew like that. So one of his bones grew longer than the other one. So we took him in this morning to get him checked out and see if we're gonna have to have surgery on him, and he is there sedated and getting x-rays and stuff. So if I get that phone call, I'll have to take it, but I've prepared a marvelous gift for you guys to stare at while I'm gone. So we're fine. I better check the chat and make sure that we are all good. Yeah, we're good. Oh, Angry Honey Badger is in the chat. Yay! Thank you guys so much for being here. This is awesome. So let's just get started. Questions? Anybody have any questions? Yeah, I know. Dirt does look really sad. Poor Dickie. But yeah, questions. Okay. No spoilers for any sort of anime things, just in case. I mean, we're just gonna be careful with spoilers. But if I do give a spoiler for anything, if you guys have any spoilery questions, I'll put up the spoiler finger. I'll put up 5 spoiler fingers. That's my spoiler finger, my spoiler hand. Okay. Is Derp a boy or a girl? He is male. And before anybody ever judges, oh, you know what I should do before? I'm the most pro, you guys. The whole point of this Q&A video is for the NAMI Walk fundraiser that I am doing. I should shout that out really quick, and then we'll get to the questions, I promise. I'm doing a NAMI Walk fundraiser. NAMI Walk is hosted by NAMI, which is National Alliance on Mental Illness. They are the leading group in raising awareness for mental illness, and they are awesome here in America. I think they're America only. And they do walks every year around the country in which it's just raising awareness, and they do fundraisers, and all of your guys' donations will go towards programs and support for people who have mental illnesses and can't necessarily afford it or just don't know where to turn to. It's just support, help, and all sorts of great things like that. And so it's really neat, and mental illness, like I've said, is something very important to me, and I'm just so astounded by your guys' generosity already. We are at $1,800. We just passed $1,800. That is amazing. And if you did not see my video yesterday, we are at 2,000. I will do a Draw My Life. I have been wanting to do one for a while anyway. And then 2,500, I'm going to do a Let's Play of some sort. And then at 3,000, Dodger, the glorious Dodger Pretty Face, who I love so much, and I will be doing a 12-hour live stream sometime in the future, like October, November. So those are the stretch goals that we've come up with, and you guys are just absolutely amazing. I'm blown away by the fact that we have already hit $1,800 when the goal was 1,000, and you guys donated that in less than a day. It's pretty dope. You guys should give yourselves like 15 pats on the back. Okay, so questions. Derp is a boy, and before anybody judges us for that name, he actually came with that. So it was one of the reasons we got him, because his name was Derp, and he is incredibly derpy looking. Though right now he's just sleeping, so it's fine. Next question. Have you been watching Free? If so, what is your opinion on it? I am in love with Free. I love it so much. I think it's hilarious, and I just think the writing is actually pretty good on it. I mean, the characters are not anything that we didn't expect. So it's not like they're not ingenuitive in any way, but it's still really fun. And I think the writing on it is better than people were expecting it to be. I don't think it's just flat out fan service. I think there is some substance. If it was just plain old fan service, I don't think I would like it as much. But there's tons of moments where I felt really happy. There's tons of moments where I've like teared up a little bit and felt the intensity, and the swimming animations are amazing. As somebody who swam from when I was 3 until I was 18, I'm blown away. I love it. And my dad, who was a state champion swimmer, loves it too, which is the best thing. Makes me so happy. You guys, yeah, do not dismiss Free. If you haven't watched it, do not dismiss Free right away. You should at least give it a chance. I can understand how a lot of people wouldn't like it, but you should definitely give it a chance, at least. Oh gosh, there's too many questions coming in too quickly. Have you watched Hajime no Ippo yet? No. I need to. It's all on Crunchyroll. I need to go and watch it. And I love sports anime. This is one I haven't seen. I haven't seen all of Slam Dunk yet either. And that I think I'm gonna watch before I watch Hajime no Ippo. But there's also tons of sport anime coming out soon. Haiku, which is a volleyball manga, if you guys did not see, it just got greenlit for an anime today, which I'm really excited about. I really, really like that. Favorite romance anime? Ooh. I haven't seen all of Toradora yet, but what I have seen is so cute. It's so adorable. I really like that one, and the characters in that are really great. So I'm really liking Toradora. What other romance anime have I watched? I've read a lot of romance manga, but I don't know how many, oh golly, does Cardcaptor Sakura count? Cardcaptor Sakura counts, and Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles, I think that's how it, I know Tsubasa something. I really love, Shouran and Sakura are my OTP of like everything, so they are my favorite romance of all time. Oh golly. Have you seen School Days? No, I have not seen School Days. That's something I need to watch. Spice and Wolf is also another one I need to watch. Gosh, there's so many anime that exist in the world. Why is this a thing? Oh, it should be limited. It's not fair. Am I going to the Hobbit pub next year? If you guys didn't know, I'm going to be going to GemuCon next August. I am so jazzed about it. It's gonna be so much fun. I didn't get to go this year. I was in England, but then I had to leave before GemuCon happened. But this year I'm going to actually be a guest, which I'm super excited about, and I'm gonna be on a few panels. I think we're gonna have an editing panel, which I'm really excited about, and then we're gonna have all girls panel and just a Polaris panel and an anime manga panel Dodger and I are gonna do. So I'm super excited about it. So if you are in England next August, I will be there, and y'all should come and say hi. I don't know if we're actually gonna go to the Hobbit pub again, because I think instead of so what we did before is we toured England, Jesse, Dodger and I think this year we're gonna try and go to Scotland and Ireland. Should be really excited. I'm really looking forward to that. And then the week after that, it's gonna be a rough week, because the Monday I get back, I actually fly out that same Thursday for my best friend's wedding. So I'm just gonna be all sorts of jet lagged. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be so out of it. What's my favorite day of the week? I tend to like Saturdays. I really like Saturdays because I get to sleep in, and also that's the day that we do all the chores, so the house gets really clean, and it gives me time to film and do all sorts of things for my channel when I get to. So Saturday is usually my relaxed day and channel focused day. It's always really nice, and David and I get to hang out, and we tend to do like movies, and we just get to cuddle with the puppies and stuff. So Saturday's a good day. Saturday's a great day, you guys. Let's see. How did I learn to edit? I just picked it up. It just came really naturally to me. I realized that we got this like really tiny handheld camera when I was 7, I think. And I realized that I could set it down, and I learned this with my animal plushies, my Lion King plushies. Oh, Lion King, yeah! My Lion King plushies. I learned that when you hit play, pause, and move them, it does a little stop motion thing. I learned what stop motion was just by accidentally doing it. And so I did that and made little movies. So that's kind of how I started it. And then randomly we got a computer. Like my family did not have very much money. So when we got a computer, it was just a big deal. And my brother pirated a copy of Adobe Premiere, which was like a very early copy. And I thought, well, this is really dope. And I downloaded a bunch of anime music videos off YouTube. Or not YouTube. I don't remember what sites they were because YouTube didn't exist yet. But I just animemusicvideos.org. I just stole people's work. Don't do that. It's really bad. Not that I posted them anywhere, and it helped me learn, but don't do that. And so I downloaded a bunch of music videos off of there, and I also had like music that I think I'd also pirated. And I just threw it into Premiere and started cutting things because whenever I saw the videos, I was like, oh, this song would look great for it. And I just started making stories up in my head with different scenes from different anime with different music. And so I just threw it in Premiere and just did a thing. And stuff came out. And everybody really enjoyed it. Like, I did really dumb things, but things that people didn't think to do. And so they were kind of dumb, but everyone thought they were really funny. And so I just loved doing it. I never thought for a second that it would become my career at all. But I love editing so much. And it's something that's just, like I said, just came really naturally to me. And my dream job, if I could do any dream job in the world, my dream job would be to edit movie trailers. I have loved movie trailers. I think that also kind of helped me want to do it, but I have loved movie trailers ever since I was a little girl. Like, I would force my parents to go to the movies early so that I could see those movie trailers. I loved them. They're so great. And a good movie trailer, like, I don't like the movie trailers that tell you everything before you even get to see it. Like, a good movie trailer should tell you, like, get you interested in the story without telling you the whole story. And that's something I want to do someday. I want to make a trailer that just gives people goosebumps and makes them really excited without knowing too much. That's my dream. Okay, next question. What is your dream job and why? Darkitham buys? I did not say that right. But they just asked that, so I kind of just answered that at the same time. Well, I kind of just choked. Hang on. I've got all sorts. Look. I've got like 3 different types of liquid here with my Kuroko no Basuke coasters. Oh! You guys. Look. It's my Kuroko no Basuke mug. He's appeared because there is some hot coffee happening up in here. Dodger and I met through Husky StarCraft because David started watching Husky StarCraft when, yes, there is a Thai iced tea here, Mr. Honey Badger, it's delicious. David started watching Husky StarCraft before we even knew what Maker Studios was. He just randomly started watching it and became obsessed with it, and then somehow started playing with them, I think. Like, just started discussing. Oh, no, David was an accountant, and so he started talking to them about, like, monetizing on YouTube, and they couldn't do it at the time, and there's all this YouTube jargon that happened. And so he got to know Mike really well over Skype and through StarCraft, and then we got the job offers to move from Nebraska to LA to work at Maker Studios. And David's big thing was starting the game station. Like, David was kind of the pioneer along with Mike to start the game station. And so his first priority, within a week of being out in LA, he actually flew Husky StarCraft and HD StarCraft out, and they kind of just brainstormed and came up with the whole game station. And so when David wanted to bring Mike down, Mike didn't have a place to stay, so he actually lived with us for like a month, and it was so much fun. He's so funny. And randomly one day we went to watch a Nebraska football game at Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo is so good, you guys. We went and watched a Nebraska football game, and Mike was texting Dodger, and I just took his phone, took it upon myself to take his phone because he had mentioned that she liked Supernatural, and so I just texted her on his phone, "Hey girl, we should watch Supernatural sometime. We should be like friends because we both like it." And she had no idea who I was, but we got each other's numbers and texted about Supernatural, and that's how we bonded. We became friends through that, and I am so happy that that happened because she is one of my best friends, and she's honestly one of the best people alive. She's so sweet and so caring, and I don't know where I'd be without her. She is one pretty fantastic lady, so you should go tell her that she is pretty and gorgeous and all sorts things nice. Yeah. Let's see. What is my obsession with Kuroko no Basuke? It's the best. That's not even how's that a question? That's not even a question. I get that question a lot, actually, because people ask me why Kuroko no Basuke is my favorite manga when there's so many great manga, which I agree with. There are tons and tons of fantastic manga out there. But I don't know exactly what happened, but it's like when you're reading, it's like when you watch your favorite movie for the very first time, and there's just this instant hook and instant connection that you can't, hey there, handsome! I'm telling them why I love Kuroko no Basuke. Why it's my favorite.
But you don't. Where's my wallet?
What did you say?
I got it. I'll be right back.
He's out. He's out. By the okay, golly, to donate to the NAMI Walk, here I'll post the link in the chat. But it's like when you see your favorite movie for the very first time, and there's something so special that just hooks you. And I was also going through a very rough time where I felt I needed to be inspired, and I needed to see characters having those kind of interactions where it's not necessarily about being the best at something, but if you love it and try your hardest and have great people there to support you, you can get through. And it was just something that was very, very... Link is broken. Oh no. Oops. No, that wasn't my fault, was it? No. Did I just click the wrong link? Hang on. I might have messed up on the link. Thanks, guys. Oh, I forgot the N on my name. That's the worst. I'm the worst. But yeah, so it was just something that I needed to be inspired at a time, and Kuroko no Basuke is definitely a very inspiring story with fantastic character interactions, and I was just blown away by the story and the storytelling, and I want to read it to my children someday because it's a great story about not giving up even if you're not the best at something. I just loved it. So great. Let's see, next question. Have I read Kuroko no Basuke until the end? Yes, I am all caught up, and holy balls, the latest chapter without spoil. Actually, spoiler hand if you don't want to be spoiled for Kuroko no Basuke. You have 5 seconds. That was more of 5. I forgot to count. I started thinking about food. But the last chapter, it's going to be the Akashi versus, or the Rakuzan versus Seiren match, and I am so excited. However, I need to make another Kuroko no Basuke reaction video because I haven't done it forever, and it's something that's very important. But I do not want Seiren to win. I do not want them to win. I think they are fantastic in that they are my favorite team. Like, I root for them all the time. But if they won, it would not be right. And I also think the series would end too soon. And like, there's a lot of things where it's like, oh, well, they have to win because Kiyoshi isn't going to be able to play next year. But he could become like their manager, which would be awesome. Like, just as great. And then they're going to get some awesome freshmen in. But I do not want them to win because I think Akashi at this point is just, he's just, with having 3 kings too, 3 kings on their team, like, or uncrowned generals, whatever, what is it called? Uncrowned generals? Like, there's just not a match for, like, Saren's just not a match for them right now, I don't think. Even though they're dope and super powerful. But yes, okay. Spoiler's gone. Spoiler hand is gone. What kind of music do I like? I love so many different kinds of music. I listen to pretty much everything. I don't really listen to mainstream music that much. I listen to a lot of indie. I love folk music. Folk music is like my favorite thing. I love Disney's music. There's this one girl, Maria Mina, that I have like listened to since I was in high school, freshman year. And I'll stop listening to her, and then every year or two, I will suddenly become obsessed with her music. She is fantastic. Her name, here, I'll type it. Maria Mina. She's great. I also J-Rock, like you guys are saying, One OK Rock. Love them so much. They are one of my favorite bands. Like, Up and Away, one of my favorite bands. They're so fantastic. If you guys have not listened to them, go and listen to Wherever You Are is a really great song. Beginning, is that what it's called? Beginning is one of their great songs. I don't know, there's some Japanese word song is another one of their great songs. Just type One OK, The Beginning, yeah. Just type One OK Rock into, it's that phone call I was talking about. Okay, I'll BRB. Okay, I'll BRB, hang on, I need to switch over. Yeah, I'm back. Hope you guys enjoyed that GIF as much as I do because it's my favorite one ever. Sorry about that. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, that was the vet calling about Dickie and his little paw face. His little paw. Yes, so where was I? What was I talking about? I don't even remember. All the comments and chatter about that GIF now. Yes, which is exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. Let's see. Enjoy my music. Enjoy my singing. Oh gosh, I can't. The deadline for donating to the walk, I wanted to hit my goal at, like, hi Dazza and Ian. I wanted to hit the goal by October 1st, and you guys already did that. So let's shoot for October 1st for the $3,000 as well. But I think you can actually continue to donate it to it like 3 months after the walk is over. So if you guys don't want to donate but can't right now, like, you still have time later on as well. And once again, thank you guys so much for donating if you already have, and also to all of those who are just supporting. Just support the thing. You guys are fantastic. It's awesome. Erin, I've been meaning to ask how you got the courage to tell people about your struggle with bipolar. Oh golly. It was something that I had wanted to do ever since I had been diagnosed. And actually, even when I talked about, or even when I first started my YouTube channel, I was thinking about how, hey, maybe if someday I can reach people, that would be awesome. And I got the courage. I didn't know how much courage I really had when I was filming it. Terrified. I was so terrified while I was doing it. It was the most stressful thing. I had to film for a few hours just because of how hard it was to talk about. And so I just had a lot of support from friends and family, and I also just felt like I was in a place, having been on my medication for a few months and seeing a counselor and psychiatrist for like 6 months for a while. I'd been seeing them for a while, and I just felt like I was finally in a place to talk about it. I had also watched, there was a few celebrities and newscasters and videos about mental illness and mental illness awareness, and one of them, I can't even remember the video, but he talked about how by keeping silent, you're kind of denying yourself healing. And I've definitely felt that since I put up my video. I get comments all the time about how I've helped people and helped them realize about their own mental illness and seek help, and I am blown away every single time because it truly helped me feel more at ease and more accepting and less terrified of my illness too. I think it's because I felt like I didn't have to hide it anymore, and just being accepted by so many people afterwards, and the fact that these people, like at work and friends and family, were reaching out to me to say, hey, you're awesome and we still love you, like, just kind of took away even more of the fear and any sort of the shame I felt. And so having a bunch of people supporting me and also just kind of being at a place where I was accepting my illness is kind of what gave me the courage. So I continually want you guys to know that you should never be ashamed of a mental illness, because it's nothing to be ashamed of. You can't help it. If you fell and broke your arm, you'd be asking people to sign your cast. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. Obviously, if you don't want to tell people, you shouldn't feel forced to tell people, but you should not feel ashamed to the point where you don't seek out help, because it's not something that you should have to struggle with. It's not something that you should have to fight against, because, oh golly, I'm getting all teary-eyed because once you stop, like I said in my video, once you stop fighting against it and you accept it, it's kind of like a Chinese finger trap. If you're struggling against it, it just gets tighter. But once you kind of accept it and just grow together with it, then it's not as rough. It's not as hard. Yeah, so just want you guys to know that you should definitely think about getting help if you're struggling with something, and there's absolutely zero zigazills shame in doing that. So, yeah. Sorry, that question went on a little bit longer than I was expecting it to. Okay. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Did I answer the meaning of life? I don't know if I did. Questions. Did I once make a cooking video with my mom? No. I did not. Though I wish I had now. Boobs or butts? Both. Both are great. It's a silly question. Did I ever make, I already answered that question. How did David and I meet? We, actually met through my best friend Allison, who I did that vlog with where she got engaged to her handsome boy Jeremy. We met through her. She met David through a church retreat, and they became really good friends, and then she introduced us, and David and I just hit it off as friends really well. And then about a month later we started dating, and 5 years later here we are. I actually thought about that the other day and was like, I've been with David for a quarter of my life. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty dope. So yeah, we met through my bestie, Allison. Let's see. What do I think about color pages in manga? Oh my god, I love them. I don't think they're useless. I think they are a nice change of pace, especially if you don't know what color the character's hair is. I just think it's really neat to see things in color. I'm a color person. Like, I love manga, and I love the black and white style of manga, but getting to see color, like, just kind of changes it up. It's pretty dope. Am I into Naruto and One Piece? I have not, just judgers, I've never read One Piece. I keep looking at it, and it just gets more and more intimidating. It's just the worst. I'm just the worst. I'm so sorry. But I do love Naruto. I haven't watched it or read it. Oh, I thought a burp was coming. I haven't watched or read it in forever. I really need to, but I stopped reading it because David and I started watching the anime, and David doesn't like me being ahead on things. And so I sacrificed. It was love. I sacrificed reading Naruto so that me and him could watch it together and experience the same stuff at the same time. How many times do I burp on a daily basis? It's not even, I don't even know. It's more than 10. It's a lot. It's so much. And I actually tend to forget that I'm doing it. It just comes out. I have burped since I have burped coming out of the womb, I swear. I burp so much and so loud and so often. David was getting a massage in the other room, and I was right by the door and just burped super loud. How's that for relaxing? I think my favorite burp story is when I was 3, and we were at church, and I was sitting next to my dad, and it was in the middle of the sermon, and I burped so loud. I burped incredibly loud, so loud that it echoed, apparently. This is my dad telling me this story, that it echoed. And the pastor had to stop and was like, thought it was my dad. He thought it was my dad, and my dad tried to say it was me, and nobody believed him. It was so great. I love burping. I'd much rather burp than fart. I get really embarrassed about farting. I don't know why. I just get really self-conscious about farting. Because burps, listen, burps, when you burp, most of the time, they're not going to smell that bad. Like, they're not going to smell bad. Farts, you could have, like, explosive fungi diarrhea smell coming out of there. And you don't want to put other people through that. Like, you don't want to put other people through that. And so I get so embarrassed because some could be quiet, some could be loud, some could smell like flowers, and some, no, none smell like flowers, but some could smell like nothing, and others could smell like bad stank. And I just don't feel like putting other people through that, and the unknown terrifies me. So I will stick to burps. Yep. No one asked about farting, but you got to know. Let's see. Is there an anime you love but David dislikes? Free. David hates Free. Well, he hasn't really watched it. He didn't like Free. He wouldn't watch Utapri with me. I don't understand why. I showed him the ending of Utapri, and he the whole time was just, it was great. I love putting him through things like that. It means to truly love. Oh golly, I'm getting confused. Am I still religious? Yes. I don't talk a whole lot about my faith because I think that's something that's very, very personal. But I am still religious and still have faith. It's something that it's really comforting to me, and it's something that I have gone through a lot of questioning and a lot of personal journey to come to. Yeah. So yes, I am still religious. I think I would say more, how do I want to say? Yeah, I'm still religious. Let's just say that. I have faith, definitely. So, have I seen Clannad? Yeah. Totally. No. I don't think I can handle it. It is on my list, but I don't think I can handle it after Angel Beats and how I sobbed after that. It was horrible. I sobbed so much. I walked in and was just like, David. But I am definitely going to watch it. Am I ever planning to move back to Nebraska? I would love to move back to Nebraska someday. Nebraska is a great place. It's not a great place to visit, but it is a nice place to raise children. And so it's just got a very good feel to it. Everybody is so nice there. Everybody is so polite, and it's just a nice, relaxing feel. And so I would love to move back there someday to raise kids, because I do feel like it kind of gives, like, that is more of like a humble upbringing, I guess. But I mean, we were raised in Nebraska, and like wherever we raise kids, like they're gonna get the same kind of upbringing either way. But I think there's like better influences there. Not that I don't love LA, and there's so much more to do here. I do love being in LA. So yeah, I would love to move back to Nebraska for sure. My entire family is there except for David and my brother. So, which those are two very important people in my family. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I would love to go back to Nebraska. If you guys don't like, I should finish questions before I take a giant sip of Thai iced tea. But you guys should totally go to a Nebraska football game someday, because they're ridiculous, and even if you don't like football, they are so much fun. I love Nebraska football. I just love fall. Fall is very comforting to me. It brings Nebraska football and pumpkin type things, and after that you get Thanksgiving, and then you get Christmas, and you get snow. Not when you live in California, but when you live in Nebraska, you get snow. Oh, the UCLA game, don't mention it. Don't mention it. Oh my god. We were, for those of you who do not know what the UCLA game is, it is a game of Nebraska Cornhuskers versus UCLA team. And we were up by like 21-10 at halftime. And then within a quarter, we suddenly lost like 38-21. No, that's not what was supposed to happen. That was not what was supposed to happen. It was right before the pajama party started, while we were waiting for everyone to get settled and eat waffles. And I was on the floor just crying, and Dodger was like, Erin, it's okay. It was not okay. It was not okay at all. Have I seen Anohana? It's on my list. It's one of the things I'm gonna try and get David to watch with me next. What do I think of someone when you hear OCD? I think that you are a person and that you have something that you are struggling with, just like I have something that I am struggling with, and I hope that you are able to find relief and ways to deal with it, because it's not something that is easy to deal with. Totally understand that. It's not something that you are going through something very hard, and I can only hope and pray that you can find relief and get help for it, and just know that there's nothing to be ashamed of. Like I've said, that is the motto of this podcast. Well, it's not a podcast, of this live stream. Do not feel ashamed. You are awesome, and you deserve all the help you can get, and you deserve to be supported just like anybody else does. Excited for the final episode of Free. I'm excited, and I am sad. I'm not looking forward to it, because it's one of those things where, like, you're super excited to see an anime end, but you're also not, because you want it to keep going forever, even though, you know, if it kept going forever, it wouldn't be as good. It'd lose some of its personality, but I'm gonna cry. The preview of it made me be all and especially the end of the last episode with Rin. Yo, not cool. Do you watch Soul Eater and read it? I have not read it, but I have seen the whole thing, and I loved it. I love Soul Eater so much. I didn't like the ending quite as much, but I loved it. There it is. Samurai Champloo. Love Samurai Champloo. Thoughts on Full Metal Alchemist. I loved both series, but I think Brotherhood was definitely better. I thought that it was a more concise story. I thought it had a much better ending that made sense. I felt the first one, I was a little bit more jumping around and like grasping at things that weren't quite set up as well as they could have been. And I also liked the character development in Brotherhood a lot more. Samurai Flamenco, #1 anime of fall 2013. #2. I think you guys can guess what #1 is. No, it is my #1 original, or like not original. #1 non-sequel anime that I'm looking forward to. The more I think about it, the more excited I get, because I loved Baccano. Of my favorite, okay, so listen, we are gonna list right now my top 5 favorite anime. Not necessarily in the order, but top 5. We have Kuroko no Basuke, Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, Baccano, and Natsume Yujincho. It took me a second because I thought that I was at 5 already, and I was like, no, I messed up. But those are my top 5. Kuroko no Basuke, Natsume Yujincho, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Death Note, and Baccano. So those are my 5. Of those 5, the same guy who's directing Samurai Flamenco has directed 2 of them. He directed Baccano and Natsume Yujincho. And so those are 2 anime that have the most amazing pacing in an anime that I've seen. So it's original, it's about a superhero, and it looks dope. You guys, of course, I'm super excited for it. So top 3 anime that I'm excited most for is Kuroko no Basuke, Samurai Flamenco, and Kill la Kill. Those are the 3 that I'm definitely looking forward to. And Samurai Flamenco is going to be... Actually, no, is this a lie? I don't think it is. I think Samurai Flamenco is going to be on Crunchyroll. So... how am I saying Kill la Kill wrong? Kill la Kill. Tell me, Dazza. You Judgy McJudge flame pants. I'm just imagining you're wearing pants that have flames up and down the sides of them now. I hope you are. Did I go to university/college? If so, what did I take? I went Kiru. Guys, if it's spelled Kill la Kill in the English words, I'm gonna pronounce it Kill la Kill. Okay? It's okay. It can be pronounced both ways. Let's just pronounce it both ways, okay? I did go to university. I went to a community college for a year and a half. So my freshman and I have no idea if you were right or not, Night Spectra. I went to a university. You guys are judging me. Listen, judgies. I went to a community college for freshman year through halfway through sophomore, and then I transferred to University of Nebraska for a semester, and I did all of my gen ed, so I didn't have a major when I was at the community college. And then when I transferred to the university, I started doing, like, I think it was communication studies, because I was going to do human resource management, and then I minored in editing. But I only did it for a semester, and I did not like school. Like, I was almost like one of the top, like, highest GPAs in my high school, and so I worked really hard and was like trying to do it. But once I hit senior year and freshman of college, I was just like, this is so boring. Like, this is not what I want. Like, I'm smart and, like, I can do the stuff super easy, but I do not want to put in any effort to study. Like, I would rather watch anime and watch TV and write and read and do all this creative stuff and edit than study. Like, it just wasn't for me. And I think that is okay. Like, at first I felt very guilty about it. Even though I paid for my entire college tuition, I got a lot of scholarships for writing stuff, like state scholarships for creative writing. But I just, like, the rest of it I paid out of pocket on my own. I didn't take out any loans, which I'm very grateful that I didn't have to. But I think it's okay not to want to go to school. I think it's something that is forced upon a lot of people when it should not be. So, yeah, I'm grateful for the education that I got, but I'm also happy that as of right now, I don't have to go back. I might one day go back and do more creative editing and stuff like that, which would be super fun. Is any of my writing published online? No, it's not. I should post some stuff online. I got a lot of, like I said, I got a lot of scholarships for my writing, but I should post that. I did NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. Oh golly. I've done that 4 times, and I completed it like 3 times, I think, which is intense. If you guys don't know what that is, it's where you write a 50,000 word novel in a month. It's crazy. Oh, that was weak. That was a weak one. Questions. Isn't she deaf and not blind? Is that me? Because I'm neither of those things. That was the weirdest noise. I did finish Fate Zero. I did finish Fate Zero, and I loved it. I did think that the second half was nowhere near as strong as the first half, which is understandable because spoiler hand for Fate Zero. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope you're gone. If you don't want to be spoiled, you're turning it off. I did not think the second half was as strong as the first, but I also think that Gen Udabuchi, who directed it, was very limited because he had to set up, because since Fate Zero is a prequel to Fate Stay Night, it had to set up Fate Stay Night, which is, it's a very rough thing to do, especially when he introduced a lot of very good characters that are not in Fate Stay Night. So he had to do character development and stuff in a very different way that I think he was limited on. And if he had not had Fate Stay Night as the sequel that he had to write up to, I think it could have been a lot better. But I do think it was very epic and enjoyable, and the soundtrack is dope. And Ryder will forever be one of the best anime characters ever. Boop! Done. Aaron, what's happening to Daz's 5,000 subscribers bonus video? Dazza? I don't know. Daz is great. Daz is fantastic. What do you think is a good first step for dealing with mental illness? I think education is a very good first step. When you don't know information about something, especially if it's an illness, you are way more terrified about it. I think there's a lot more unknown, so there's a lot more fear there. But if you do a little bit of research just to not like to like diagnose, like do self-diagnosis, but just learning more about what you're going through, it provides a sense of comfort. And so I think just kind of learning, taking education, and also learning yourself, like understanding what you're going through via contemplating what it is exactly. Like just thinking, not like, I don't know what I want to say. Not like overthinking it, but just understanding like what your symptoms are. Like, hey, if I have a tangle, I'm going to use one of my own examples. If I cannot get my hair to look right, that is typically a cause of an episode. Like, it used to cause an episode a lot more often. Now that I've kind of understood that that is a trigger, I can like work myself through it a lot easier. But say before, when I didn't realize that, I would just think something that makes me, I get very, very agitated when I have a tangle in my hair that I can't get out. I get agitated to the point where I have an episode. So just kind of learning that like what affects you and just understanding what your symptoms are is also a very good first step. And I think seeking out help is a very good step as well. So I'm all about help. I think that relying on other people and allowing them in is something that is very important and something that is a sign of a very strong person, especially if you've gone through dismissal and hurt before. But continuing to seek out help even after that is also, it's just very inspiring and something that I think takes a very courageous person to do. NAMI is National Alliance on Mental Illness. If you're just joining us, you guys, this is my Q&A live stream in support of the NAMI fundraiser that I am doing. So NAMI, like I said, is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI Walk is a walk to help raise awareness that takes place all over the country, almost said world, all over the country, and there's one in Los Angeles on October 5th that I will be attending. Our stretch goals for the NAMI Walk, I wanted to raise $1,000 by October 1st, and you guys were baller status, and already hit that, which is dope. So I kind of did some stretch goals, and stretch goal number 1 is if we hit $2,000, I will do a Draw My Life, $2,500. $2,000, I'll do a Draw My Life, $2,500. I'm going to do a Let's Play of some sort, and $3,000, we are going to do a live stream, a 12-hour live stream with Dodger and me and all sorts of other fantastic people. So those are the stretch goals. Ooh, let's check it out right now. Let's go and see. Oh, golly, I hit the wrong button. We are at $1,871. Oh, we're so dope. You guys were going. You guys are awesome. You're so cool. Thank you guys so much. I cannot believe that we're going to do that. Yes, let's make the $3,000 goal happen. I'm so excited to do that. I wanted to do a 24-hour, but honestly, I don't think that that I could do that. It's gonna sound kind of sad, but something that's very, very important when it comes to mental illness, especially like bipolar, is sleep. And I just think it's kind of healthier for me if I don't do a 24-hour one, just because sleep is very important, and I know that if I don't get enough sleep, I'm more likely to have an episode, and so that's just kind of something that I have to take care of myself with. But 12 hours should still be donkers fun. Yeah. Let's see. Does psychiatric treatment help? I have noticed it helped me so much. It's changed my life dramatically going through psychiatric treatment. I think that medication has a very negative rap, but they've come a very long way, and I think that it's something that can help a lot of people and shouldn't be dismissed either. Like, it's helped me so much, honestly. Like, I am very grateful for the fact that medication exists and that medication is like becoming a focal point, and there's all sorts of research and stuff. Like, I do think it's very important. Very important. Oh, what drink do I want? I don't know. Here, I'll drink from you, Kuroko, baby. somebody, oh, T-Bex Chilex. That is a great name. T-Bex Chilex says at 2,000 he's going to draw a picture of the whole Manga Pod crew. You guys, we need this to happen. We should have this happen. Yeah, that'd be so dope. Questions? Any questions? Here, let me post a link to the NAMI Walk, unless one of the mods gets to it first. Do I play any musical instruments? No. Oh, I forgot to hit chat button. Golly gee willikers. No, I'm incredibly musically not inclined. You guys don't even want to know. Did you not just hear my singing just now? Let's see. Do I watch StarCraft or any other esports? I do not. I wish I'm just not as into them as a lot of other people. I think I could get into them because I do love watching sports. Like, I don't just like watching anime sports. I love watching IRL sports. Football is my jam. I get super into it. Were we similar before we met, Dodger and I? Yes. Like, I mean, obviously I didn't know her very well before we met, but from her videos and what I've heard, like, me and her are just two sisters from separate misters, basically. We just bounce off each other really well. We complement each other. We're just really good friends. We just really hit it off because of our similar personalities, for sure. Do you have any advice for not being social/loneliness? I'm not entirely sure what that question means, but I am very much an introvert in that I would much rather be at home on my computer than being out with tons and tons of people. I also get very bad social anxiety because I just do. Like, I'm very nervous around new people, especially if it's people that I feel like I don't have a lot of in common with. If we're on different, like this is gonna sound that was disgusting. Oh, that was a gross noise. If I don't have a lot of similarities with people or feel like we're on different social levels, then it just becomes too stressful, and I do not like that. And so, but I also think it's something that as an adult, when I have kids, I want to be able to teach my children how to interact with others and how to talk to others and not feel socially anxious. I don't think introvert or wanting to be alone is negative at all. I do think having the social skills and ability to socially interact with somebody is very important. And so I've slowly kind of had to integrate those skills into myself by putting myself out of my comfort level, which is very hard to do. So hard. But just doing it slowly, like going with people to something and then doing it on your own. When I had a personal trainer, that really helped. Not because I was getting super duper shape, but because I was doing it by myself. And it was people that I'd never met before, and it just kind of like slowly helped me learn how to do things. And so just putting yourself out there is something that's very important, and just learning how to do that. And if you're lonely, the best way to do that is to seek out companionship, I think, because it's one of those things that, like, you're in charge of your life, and obviously you can't help circumstances or how people treat you or how people react to things. Like, you can't change them, but you can choose to do things. And so if you never choose to make a difference or make a change, then it's not going to happen. But yeah, I think it's all about slowly opening yourself up to more experiences. We hit $20,000! $2,000! Yes. I want to look. I want to see it for myself. Yay! We did! Oh my god, that's so exciting! You guys are amazing. Oh, you guys are so great. Oh, I'm gonna be doing a Draw My Life soon. That's so awesome. You guys are fantastic. I can't believe it. Only $1,000 more, then you get the 12-hour live stream. My pretty babies. You guys are fantastic. I cannot believe it. Let's see. Oh, it sounds like David is home. Hi. Hello. Look, it's our. Oh, he's still super. He's kind of a little out of it, you guys. He's a little sedate. Do you want to do any questions or anything, or do you want me to write?
Sure, I can.
Awesome. Hey guys, if you have any questions for a handsome man whose face you can't see, this is my husband David. If you didn't know. If you guys have any questions for somebody who is a spouse of somebody who, or family member of somebody who has a mental illness, David has been one of the most caring and influential people in me getting treatment and helping me because he's a fantastic human being and a wonderful husband. Aren't you, booby? Okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put you in the thing. Oh, I don't know where. I can't see.
There.
There you are. Oh, too much.
And we get the dogs.
Oh golly, not enough. I'm gonna actually show. Oh, I just spit all over my face.
One of
Am
the
I
worst
so
parts.
attractive?
One of the worst
Am I
parts
so attractive to you?
of being married to Erin. She drools.
I drew all over it. I drew when I sleep really badly. Do you have
Ooh, someone did film on. That's fancy.
What's that? Oh, it's your shirt.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that? Somebody wants to know if you can do their taxes for them.
No. I will not be doing anyone's taxes.
Are you jealous of Levi?
No.
Damn it. Why not, David?
Well, his skills.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
No. I can't.
I
I want to hang out with the angry honey badger later.
No, not that guy. Not that dude. They're all asking.
I haven't seen Free. I suppose I should tell everyone that Philmont is a Boy Scout camp, which is what I'm wearing. It's like the main one of the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like there's like 3 mountains. It's in
Mountains.
Yeah, it's in New Mexico. But yeah, that's that. Let's see.
What's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime? Which one did I like the most? What are my choices?
You liked Natsume.
Yeah, that one was really good.
You liked you liked Blue Exorcist. I don't think that was your favorite though.
Yeah,
you liked Kuroko no Basuke.
I like Kuroko.
I think Attack on Titan is your favorite.
I like Attack on Titan a lot right now, but I haven't seen it through to the end, so I'm
That's
not.
True. David has a quip. Quip is that a word? A quip?
I don't know.
Quip.
What are you talking about? Quip.
David has this thing where if an anime has a terrible ending, or an anime that does not answer all questions, such as I won't spoil anything. But he immediately just all the rest of the anime, no matter how much enjoyment he got out of it before, it becomes horrible. He does not like it.
That's right.
So, there's been a few that he loved and up till the very end where it was just like, he was like, never.
Yeah.
So.
Totally. Let's see here.
There's a question.
What he did. How do you help and support someone with mental illness that you're in a relationship with? Should we switch?
We can?
Yeah, because I want them to hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just want the comfortable chair.
Yeah. Plus, I want my computer back.
No.
Did you drill again?
No, I just looked at the camera terrifyingly.
So, let's see. How do you help and support someone with mental? Okay.
By the way, we hit $2,000.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's good. How do you help and support someone with mental illness that you're in a relationship with? So, to me, the mental illness part of at least Erin and where she's at is more about teaching me how to just be nice to any human being, like any human being should be. Because with Erin, the worst thing that can happen is I make a mistake and I treat her wrong, or I say something wrong that's not nice, and then she'll become very upset. And so for me, it's more a lesson of just decency, respect, love, and caring, regardless of who they are, and that most of the time I'm the one in trouble.
Oh, no!
and then when something triggers Erin, then I know, okay, wait, I need to both check whatever I was talking about or saying there for myself, but then also probably need to switch gears and make sure that Erin is okay while she's going through an episode, because I know that whatever the issue was is something we're going to deal with very quickly and very soon, and probably as a result of that episode happening. But first, deal with the episode, make sure it doesn't spiral, and be supportive and loving and caring, and then you can deal with whatever the issue was. I would say for the times when when I haven't messed up and that bipolar comes out, is generally more, there's still a trigger for Erin almost every time. So this is more about her, a stress in life or work or, something.
Noise.
No, yeah. I mean, really anything like if we're in like a social situation where there's a lot of people and you see her start to trigger, someone like me who's been around it and seen it, how at least her reactions go, I have a very early warning, where most people may not notice it or see it. So then it's about looking at the situation, figuring out what the trigger is, what the sensory input is that's causing that, and then seeing just how to be supportive of Erin and making sure that she's able to remove herself or deal with whatever it is. And most of the time I really don't have to do anything other than tell her, I see you're stressed, I love you, I care about you, like if you need anything just tell me, and then she just knows that she can do something. So I don't know,
I like you.
it's just about support, really, and it's very, very, very rarely an issue where it's the bipolar affecting things. It's almost always something else affecting the bipolar. So you just got to deal with what the input is, and then you just work from there.
It's a lot about understanding and taking the time to understand, because I think that's something that's very hard to do, especially with people who have bipolar, because it's so unpredictable if it's you experience manic episodes. And it's very unpredictable. There's also patterns that come to it, like learning your triggers and learning, kind of like David was saying, like we've been together long enough that he's able to tell, like if I'm twitching, if I'm clenching my fists is something, my eyes I get just overstimulated, and it's very small little hints physically that he notices. And so it's taking the time to learn, I think, about how somebody displays their mental illness too, I think. Right? Do you agree with that?
I mean, once they're displaying, you probably are past the point of figuring out what went in, and now you got to respond, and then like in the off time, it's just talking through whatever caused it in the first place and figuring out how to win it.
David is the protagonist of a harem manga.
I don't know what that is.
It means everybody wants your bod.
I can give away my body.
Do it. Wait, no, you're gonna get me kicked off.
Oh, okay, let's not get kicked off.
You're gonna get me kicked off.
I do play StarCraft.
Yeah.
Let's see. My highest rank ever was gold, and I played Protoss. But I actually want to know if there's more questions about mental illness, because that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
And we're raising money for the walk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
NAMI
so
Walk, yeah.
let's stay on that topic as much as possible. So was it difficult learning about Erin's bipolar? When you first learn that the person you're dating or you care about has bipolar, it's a lot of things. You're like, a part of you are like, oh, that sucks. Like, this person I like has something wrong with them. Like, is this gonna ruin everything, or like, what's the deal? And then you immediately kind of take stock of your relationship, and you're like, wow, is this something I'm prepared to deal with not only as a person myself, but also because of this person and their relationship, and because of the relationship you had together. And so you kind of like immediately level up your amount of investment in the relationship if you're willing to learn about it and work through it and kind of stick through it. I think it also helps you, once you realize what's going on, what has been going on up to that point. So it's actually a big relief to know that, because you can kind of go, oh, okay, so that explains that situation, or that explains what happened there. And then you just go on a journey, and you're like, if you care enough about the person to be with them before that, and you don't after, then your relationship's no good. But if you care about enough to stay with it, then you're immediately on a goal or on a journey with them. And it's a little bit of a wake-up call. It's for a minute a disappointment, but then really I think ultimately it helps you take stock of your feelings, who you are as a person, and your relationship, and lets you move forward. Okay, what's else?
We hit 2,500.
Oh.
Yay! That means I have to do a let's play of something.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Who's picking the game?
I don't know. I was thinking about, I don't know, you guys can pick a game. Maybe Borderlands. David and I play Borderlands together, and it's all sorts of fun. I was thinking the Attack on Titan. There's an Attack on Titan fan game that's amazing.
Yeah, let's pick a
We'll
real
figure it
game.
out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, so did you know anyone with a mental disorder before Erin? Yes, absolutely. I count myself as a person with a mental disorder. Like, I have ADD, like very, very bad. So for someone like me, I've gotten over time used to learning, especially at work, how to be effective and how to do my job, knowing that I have that. My family has a history of depression and alcoholism. In high school, I was involved in a youth organization that allowed me to work with a lot of youth and volunteer and kind of be a young adult leader. And in that organization, I became very close with a young girl who had severe depression and cutting, a young man who had really severe bipolar, where his was very different than Erin's, in that when he would have very, very bad manic. Manic. But his manic manifested violently. So he would, beat his family and get into crazy fights, and so it was very challenging. So yeah, I think I've had a fair share of mental disorder.
And I think that's something a lot of people don't realize too, is that like bipolar and can manifest in different ways.
Yeah.
And David and I have talked about this a lot, that like there's a lot of, like, you'll hear in the news, or you'll hear just about celebrities, about them, when you know about manic symptoms, like you can understand and kind of pinpoint them. But most of the time it kind of just gets dismissed as being crazy. Like, nobody tends to look past the crazy label. But like, people don't know that, like I was saying, that bipolar can manifest in like anger. Most people just think that it's, you get really creative and really happy and really ecstatic and stuff like that. But like, it can definitely manifest in anger and violence as well, like you were saying.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about how I first learned that you had bipolar?
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like, yes, let's do that. Where should I start? Should I start from when I was hospitalized?
Yeah.
I was living in the dorms at University of Nebraska. I had moved there, and so it was my first semester there. And David had just started at an accounting firm, and it was tax season, like right after tax season or right before tax season. It was a really stressful time for him working. And my bipolar had gotten pretty bad to like where I didn't know what was going on. Like, neither of us knew what was going on, but I would have triggers, and they would happen, and we didn't know how to deal with them. And I was in my dorm room one day, and I still, like, there's things that, like, I remember, like, having episodes about that I still feel some shame over, even though, like, I understand why they happened. But David, we were planning to hang out, and then David had to cancel last minute, and I had been looking forward to hanging out all day, and so then but I also felt guilty, like I was being a whiny, clingy girlfriend, because I wanted him to come hang out even though I knew he was tired. So it was like this thing happened, and so he was going to go home, and then I got so guilty and angry and upset, and like it just triggered something. And so I was in my dorm room and had like the very, very severe episode where I kind of blacked out a little bit because I don't even remember all that happened. It was such a bad episode, and I knew once I came to after a lot, and I had scratches and stuff all over, I knew that if I didn't call somebody for help, that it was just not going to be good. And so I was still in the episode, and so I didn't want to call David because I thought he was mad at me and that I didn't want to wake him up and make him mad at me. And so I called a friend, and then I called my dad, who was living really close to campus, and then we ended up calling David anyway. And David is an amazing person and still came to the hospital because he wasn't mad at me at all, which was good. But so I ended up it was when I was in the hospital and was officially diagnosed, is when David learned. But there had been definite episodes and signs and stuff up to that point.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I thought Erin's, what we now know as Erin's bipolar, I thought was like very severe, like self-esteem issues.
Yes.
So like what Erin would do is like really internalize her reaction to her bipolar, and what we later found out were things like auditory hallucinations and things like that she was experiencing. She was like keeping it all in and balling up and ultimately becoming very sad. So, you know, she would cry, or she would be upset, or, you know, become very, very quiet and kind of, you know, this tight ball of, you know, sadness.
Anxiety.
And so,
anger.
like, you know, at first it was like, wow, okay, I'll just like hang out with her and reassure her and tell her, you know, that she's great and things like that. But yeah, it was definitely a very stressful time for me to like have to deal with something like that. So I can see why she was hesitant to call me. But what I think there's actually a lot to this story that I think is good for other people. First and foremost was that she, during her episode, believed that for some reason I wouldn't like her as much, or I wouldn't help her, or I wouldn't care. So she went to one of our friends. So she did the right thing by reaching out and getting help, which to me was very admirable and like the correct thing to do. But also it was very brave of her to like call someone and be like, I don't know what's going on, I need some help. And then, you know, obviously I think the lesson there was like, of course someone like me in her life is going to come to the hospital when she's in it and support her and care about her. So it's the big difference there was like in your mind during the episode, it was like, I can't call this person, they'll be mad at me, when definitely the exact opposite would have happened. Like, and that's the opposite is what happened. So like, one, the right thing to do was to reach out and get help, and then two, the people around you who love you and care about you are gonna take the time to listen and figure this stuff out, hopefully.
Yeah. And if you experience something where they're not willing to give you support, or if they're blaming you for your illness or anything like that, don't let that stop you from still seeking out help.
Yeah, there's an education process that has to happen, because a person who hasn't been around it as much or isn't as aware of it doesn't have any idea what bipolar is, or any, really truly any of the mental disorders that are kind of like on that level of severity or seriousness. So people don't really understand what that is, and like they don't, I mean, a lot of people I would say don't even understand what mania is, right? Like depression we talk about a lot because depression exists on its own, but I think even the depressed cycle of bipolar is not the same as just like a normal ongoing depression. So there's just a lot of information, a lot of education. So if someone immediately doesn't respond the way you expect them to or really get it, the first step is to teach them or help them understand. Like, it's not necessarily your job, but the best thing a person can do is help the people around them understand what it is they have and also learn themselves, and that just creates a lot better support structure, in my experience. Another thing to note that we ended up learning is that in Erin, and I think it's most common this way, bipolar really starts to set in the early 20s.
Yeah, bipolar commonly, most often first, exactly what you said, sets teens to early 20s. Yeah,
and so that's for any young adult who thinks they might be going through this. There was definitely a ramp up that we kind of learned together, because at first it was not nearly as bad. When we kind of first met and were being friends, and maybe she wasn't showing me as much, but I definitely felt like maybe in the last year it got much more severe than it was at the beginning. And so
I agree.
Because I caught it early, basically, we were kind of able to deal with it through some light counseling and things like that. And then as the severity got worse, we were able to be really proactive and reach out for help when we were seeing things not work as well. When she would trigger more often or more severely.
When the hallucinations got very bad.
Yeah, the hallucinations.
There was, I didn't want, because like I said in my video, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
When I was first hospitalized, they had put me on a medicine for my bipolar, but I didn't like it because of how it made me feel. It made me very zombie-y. It gave me acne. I gained a lot of weight. I did not like it, and so I stopped taking it. So I was very hesitant to start taking more medicine again. And so I was like, I don't need to do that. Counseling will be enough to help me and all of that. But I was so far gone with the hallucinations and with the auditory hallucinations and with the episodes that counseling alone was not enough to help me. It definitely helped me a little bit in that it gave me ways to think about what helps and understanding my illness. But when I remember because the week before, at the point when I finally went and saw a psychiatrist, I was begging David to take me to the hospital.
Yeah.
I was screaming a lot. David had to physically hold me down numerous times so I wouldn't hurt myself. It was so severe, and that, I had never felt anything like that before. And that all happened very, very quickly. It ramped up, like you said, within a year. Up until that point, I had not experienced, from when I was hospitalized up till that point, I had never experienced anything like that. And even when I was hospitalized, I wasn't as severe as I was 7 months ago. I don't think.
Yeah, and then I think what was so rewarding then, after dealing with the severity increasing and intensifying, was that then you started medication. And at first, I don't think you got the right thing right at first, right?
No, I did. It was,
you had a reaction, right?
I had a reaction in that my body was, because I was put on the antipsychotic, and at first it felt great, but it ended up sending me into a manic a little bit, and so they had to adjust the medicine.
Yeah, so what was really cool about your psychiatrist is that the medication, kind of her philosophy with it was, she's like, we could have started you way up here. For this case, it would be totally acceptable to put you on this level of medication. We're going to start you way down here.
Less is more.
And then your job is to get into counseling. Mm-hmm. You were already in it at the time, but to keep working on your counseling, keep working on your strategies, and we're going to give you the least amount possible, and if we really don't get the baseline of stability out of that, we'll up it a little bit. And that's actually what ended up happening.
Yeah.
So
and I'm still on a sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still on a I'm sorry.
Whose session is it?
You go on!
It was basically like the medication at first, you know, it took us a little while and a little bit of patience and work to get it dialed in. But like it worked. And like I think what the lesson is for anyone out there who is looking at medication or says they're not going to be themselves or they don't like the idea of being on it, is that it didn't change you at all. Putting you on it, and it doesn't change a person. Kind of the way I view it is like, you know, we oil our cars, we put gasoline in them, we buy electricity for the house, you know, like it's just a normal part of everyday life to keep things going and to establish a baseline. You think about all the crazy things in humanity, all the different ways people can be different, hair, skin, some people are born with 6 fingers. Some people are born with
some people have diabetes.
We're
and stuff
so
like that.
different. Yeah, that just like a little bit of a chemical to keep a person's brain stabilized, the way that allows them to function normally and be happy and carry on a life that they want to be living is like
There's no
fine.
problem
Who
with that.
cares? Yeah, like let's like figure it out. Let's figure out how to get on it and go from there.
Any other questions? Do you want to answer your question? Are you okay? How you doing?
I'm good.
Doing?
It's hot. I want to turn on the air conditioner,
I got it.
but it's gonna be loud.
Oh, I don't got it.
Yeah.
Here, let's check what we're at. Let's check how much donation we got.
Is that this?
Yeah, hit refresh, Demon. It's not loading. Where's my GIF? Where's my GIF when I need? I accidentally typed in the wrong thing. Why is it loading?
2605.
Oh,
is in.
yay! Oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys so much. Awesome. Should we answer one more question?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay, one more.
I mean, I obviously need to play League. So.
David needs to play League. But, you guys, the 12-hour live stream is so close. You guys are doing so great.
I do like the Huskers. That doesn't... Let's see. I do like the Huskers. Yeah, I think... Okay, so do you think they should make teenagers more aware... I'm just going to rapid fire through some of these. Do you think they should make more teenagers well mental disorders because being a teenager is all about discovering yourself? This is a very fine line for me because teenagers... in a lot of ways will over-intensify a problem. So, you know, we hear, you know, the joke on Reddit is like, you know, a young teenage girl who's up until 1 a.m. says she's an insomniac. So it's like, if you give them the information, are they responsible? I think ultimately yes, especially the more you give them. So yes, I think giving teenagers more information would be very helpful. It also allows you to demystify what a mental disorder is and makes it more normal.
Yes.
How do you
More
deal with judgmental people and YouTuber haters when discussing so personal? I mean, honestly, like, I've now signed in, I don't know, tens of thousands of YouTubers into a YouTube network, and I think at the end of the day, like, they're always going to be there. Fuck them. Like,
can I answer?
You can answer.
I have to ignore them. Like, there's times where it's at the point now, like when I put up the video, I was terrified of what comments I was going to be getting, like negative and hateful comments, but I have so many amazing subscribers and so many of you are just outstanding and willing to like tell them for me that this isn't something that I should feel ashamed of. And I also have gotten to the point now where I think, hey, this hateful person, you know, that's them. I can't internalize or take that away from them. Like, I know that what I'm going through is not fake. I know that it's not me being an attention whore. I know that it's something that I'm going through and that thousands and millions of people are going through something very similar. And anything, like, yeah, I just think that that's their thing, and so I just gotta keep doing my thing. And I just, you know, but we should all love each other more. Love is great.
Yep. Do you think there's some disorders that medication can't help? I have no idea. Maybe. I'm not a doctor, and I really only have our experiences to draw from, so there's no way I can answer that.
There's always hope. And
Sure,
there's always try.
Yeah, there's no reason not to try.
Aww. Hey
What?
guys, just wanted to stop by and thank Erin for constantly talking up Kuroko no Basque because just started watching it, instantly hooked.
That's bonus
High
content right
five!
there.
Bam!
There's someone
Yeah.
I play League with him.
Oh, nice.
Have to go blah 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 blah.
Okay, we can start.
All right, we're gonna roll.
How's the dog's leg? It's okay. He's probably gonna have surgery on it. He is out. Look at him.
He had a busy morning.
He's
cried.
so-
Look at his eyes.
That's disgusting. You guys, I don't know if you can see it, but he just like breathed out a little and tons of snot just fell out of his mouth or out of his nose.
He got knocked out, but look at his fur under his eye.
Oh, he did cry.
He was crying.
He is very nervous. We got him from Taiwan, and he is a very nervous dog. He was abused, and he does not like people he doesn't know. And so when he goes to vets, he does not do very good. Yes. Okay. Let's wrap this up. Let's check one more time what the NAMI Walk fundraiser is at. You guys are absolutely amazing. 2,605. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I had a lot of fun. David, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Awesome. It was fun answering all of your questions and just talking with you guys about a bunch of random anime stuff and mental health awareness. And once again, thank you guys so much for donating. You're doing such a great thing, and I'm so inspired and just awed by your guys' willingness to give. It's absolutely wonderful. I love you guys so much. Do I have anything else I want to say?
Nope. I gotta go play video
David's
games.
got to play video games.
I'm
Let us know suggestions about what game you want me to play. Cause I have to
pulling up League right
now.
now. You can't
No! I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will talk to you later. Oh, we have Manga Pod. Don't forget, we have Manga Pod on Tuesdays if you guys have never joined. Manga Pod Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard, or 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here. And we're going to be reading Berserk, chapters 1 through 14. It's going to be dope. So, yes, you guys are the best. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Do you want to hit the button? Do you want to hit the end
Wait,
button?
I hit a butt. Where's
How much longer will the NAMI thing last? It goes through, NAMI Walk is October 5th. Through
What's
through
the
there.
button?
But you can donate after
Watch
that.
the button.